3 and 4. Count what you have now, don't count what you don't have. Count what you have now, don't count what you don't have. Find that you have so much. 頑張りすぎる自分に疲れてふと泣けてきた真夜中のバスルームでまだ手にしたことのない幸せがどこかにある気がして焦るのは年のせい一人楽しく生きてきたの何一つ悔やんでないけど曇った鏡のように明日が見えない Can't you see, can't you see 自由と孤独は二つでセット気ままなこと寂しさもついてくるDon't you know 隣の芝生が青く見えたらこの庭に花を植えればいい Count what you have now Don't count what you don't have Find that you have so muchないものネタにしながらみんな迷って生きてる大人になってからも足元に咲いた綺麗な花に気づくだけで人は嬉しい気持ちになれるのにいつか夢の奥に抱えたジレンマの迷路抜ければ本当に大事なもの知る日が来るだろう Can't you see, can't you see どんな道を選んだとしても悩みの数同じだけついてくる You can choose, you can choose 私が決める私のプライオリティ何を取って何を諦めるの Can't you see, can't you see 幸せの基準測るものさし自分の心の中にあるのさ You can find, you can find 足りないもの数えるくらいなら足りてるもの数えてごらんよ Count what you have now Don't count what you don't have Can't you see, can't you see have now Don't count what you don't have You can't you have so much You can't find Can't you see, can't you see have now Don't count what you don't have You can't you have so much Find that you have
All right. Testing. Hello. How is everyone doing today? We got an exciting stream going on. Yo, what's up, Yoshi? How you doing? Yoshi, thanks for the follow. Very much appreciated. Anyway, we got an exciting thing to look at here today, because there was a leaked scrim code for Liquid versus Timeless. I'm gonna be taking a look at it. We're gonna take a look, see if the power rankings are in shambles or if Liquid stomps them. I watched like a little bit of it. It's just the one map, so obviously it's not gonna be too much to go off of. How you doing, Shiba? What's good, man? It's not gonna be like too much to go off of, right? It is just the one map, and it's Control. Control is always a goofy map, and even going farther than that, it is of course a scrim. So the teams might not be taking it seriously. They might just be messing around. We might have not that much to go off of, right? That being said, though, I'm still very, very interested to see how this is gonna go. Yo, Alizo OW, thanks for the follow. Welcome. I'm at home. I've actually, have I streamed since? I moved my room around. I don't know if I've streamed since I moved my room around. So if it looks weird, that's probably why. Yo, Shiba, thanks for the follow as well. Appreciate you guys. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna take a look at the scrim. We're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully, infected hard carries. We're gonna see knife pop off. Couldn't even move the hair follicles of my face around. The curls, bro. The ladies love the curls. Do we keep music on or off for this? I don't know. I kind of like the music, but yeah, we'll turn off the music. We'll do a proper cast for this. Ads. Oh, that's true. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna try to run like a 30-second ad break and see if that'll prevent any ads during the scrim and also any pre-roll ads. Let me see if this works. I don't... Did that work? I pressed the ad button. How do you tell if the ad's working? Wait. Oh, also, I'm trying a huge multi-stream today. Because Stream Elements just rolled out a big update where you can stream to TikTok, YouTube, YouTube Shorts, and Twitch at the same time. You can like modify the canvas and stuff. So I'm trying that. We're gonna see how it works. To be honest, I don't know if it's working at all because I went to my TikTok and it's not telling me that I'm live. But at the same time, it's showing like activity from TikTok. So I don't know how that's working. Did the ad play? I don't know. I thought there's just like a run ad button, but 60-second ad. Okay, no, okay. It did work. It says that you recently ran an ad and you must wait to run another. Perfect. Okay. So we got that done. That means we can jump into the scrim. Actually, wait. Hold on. I can make this better. I'm all about the user experience. If I go here, I've got a great idea, okay? We're gonna make this look like an OBS Sojourn type thing. Because if I add a color source and then I add some text, well, that's a little big. Don't worry, we're coming back. Just gotta fit it on there over the names. Okay, never mind. That looks so bad. Yeah, that kind of flashbanged everyone. My bad. Okay, you know what? We're gonna keep the text there because OBS is not precise enough to create a little overlay on the fly like that. But what we can do is we can add text to those white bars on the other side, so we still have names. Create new Team 1. This is Team Liquid. We're gonna go blue for Liquid. Bam. All right, here we go. Whoa, why is it so low quality? Holy smokes. Yo, Dongalish, thank you for the follow. It's so bad. It's still such bad quality. What? Okay, I guess we're just going back to. Let's try this one. This is like one of my favorite fonts. No, it's still all kinds of screwed up. Whatever, good enough. We got Team Liquid, Team 1. Oh wait, no. Team Liquid, Team 2. I lied. Was just on YouTube Live and you saw the Twitch chat, had to switch over. Hey, that's kind of what my goal is with the multi-stream, right? If you want the chat experience, obviously Twitch is way better, right? And I'm no expert. You got guys like Moist Critical and Ludwig who've talked about this way more, but Ludwig is the viewer experience, Twitch chat is the chat experience. Best of both worlds. And then TikTok is also there. It's discoverability, I guess? I don't know. If anyone's watching on TikTok right now, tell me why. I'm curious. I'm streaming on TikTok because I can, not because I know why I should be doing it. Okay, so now we just need to duplicate this. Right. Loving the facial hair. Thank you, Jubby. Been coming out for a while now. Don't let Remy hear you say that though. He's a massive facial hair hater. It's a very controversial decision, I've realized. Okay, it's not gonna let me delete it because otherwise it'll change both sources, so I just have to make a whole new thing. For those old TikToks where you're holding the camera to grab something or whatever, specifically one that caught the dogs. The nails counter it out. Yeah, that was a gift from my girlfriend. She's trying to turn me into a little e-boy. That's why I'm streaming on TikTok, because that's where the e-boys are. I got it. Okay. And this is Timeless. Timeless is like a gold color, right? That's not going to show up very well, though. We'll give them red. Just to be confusing. Ah, the auto snap. There we go. Okay, it's mad scuffed, okay? It's mad scuffed, but it works. All right. Finally now, we can jump into this match. Let's go, let's go. Oh, and jumping right in we are. Okay, so both teams running Ana Lucio. We got Tree on Pharah, Chopper and Rocket, Genji Sojourn. Infected Ball. Infected used to be a ball goat. Looking like a black-haired Shank. Yo, I'll take that. That's a massive compliment. Okay, wait. Tree is actually doing work on Pharah? He's playing ground Pharah! Dude, this is kind of what I was talking about, though. About, like, Tree at being, like, hyper-flex potential. I think they practice bans? Oh, I would assume so. I feel like they'd be stupid not to. So it's possible that either Kiri or Juno is banned here. Oh, is Rocket gonna get domed? No, Luke Mino's popping off though. In fact, it was like top 5 balls last year. Yeah, I think he'd be like right at 5. I think there's a lot of Korean balls and potentially a couple in China I'd rate higher, but ooh, early nano. Knife getting chased down. Rocket's doing air. He's doing air. He gained 10% ult charge for that? Okay, Knife got picked though. Tree's out on the edge. Infected is sleeping. Oh no, he's coming back in now. Rocket got slept off the map. Oh, do you see how low RuPaul got there? And then Infected shared shields to keep him alive. That's actually GOAT behavior. Also, I heard RuPaul isn't actually in NA yet. I don't know where he's playing from. Korea servers, maybe? A lot of Korean balls. Listen, don't clip it out of context. Oh, Chopper dies here, surely. Oh, what a rocket! Holy smokes. He's playing in the back. Chopper and Rocket are taking ages to build their ults. That's crazy. Infected just kind of hanging out. Where's Knife? Let's get some nice Knife POV going. There we go. Okay, Rocket blade engage here. Oh, they put the nano onto Tree? He got Chopper already. Oh, he's being chased down by Squid though. Lucamino dies. Oh, he gets low, but he's not gonna die. Trying to chase down Knife, it's not really working. They're engaging with the beat now. Rocket gets nothing with the blade. Infected hits him mid-air, and Squid just gets dove. Rocket dies next, yeah. Donghack. Donghack has a really good ball as well. He doesn't play it much, but when he pulls it out, is ball the answer to an impressive hazard? I mean, it might be. Engaging ball gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Riker's on the Diva now. That's crazy. And meanwhile, Chopper has yet to use his ult. Surely he pops it here, right? He's almost dead. Surely. Come on, Chopper. This is your time. Be the hero. Oh, Knife went down. Okay, they might not need it. Wait, are they about to win this with no ults? Is Rocket on Tracer just carrying? Rocket on Tracer's carrying. Wow. Nicely done. That's impressive. Though, to be well, no, Defiant used mines, yeah. He's playing Monkey Ball real. I mean, if Knife hits a big pulse here, they can win. He's chasing down Rocket. Did I say Defiant? Oh, I meant Liquid. Oh, Chopper's dead. No, they nanoed him. Oh, the nano overclock. He's got nothing. He got nothing. He almost got Vega, but he got nothing. Oh, Chopper's not beating the allegations. Rocket's dueling with Knife here in the back. Knife missed his pulse and Tree didn't ult. Wait, did they see 9? Okay. Point 1 goes to Timeless.
Ready for battle.
Oh, yo, what's up, Renee? How you been? Been a while. Okay, that's good. That means my TikTok chat is working. Okay, how long are we gonna need to go through? Oh, nice. Okay, oh, no, I got baited. I thought they were just gonna go straight up. Okay, this time for sure. Keeping out. Infected staying on the ball, though. I think it was working fine, but they got real discoordinated there at the end. And a presence shambles. It's 1 point. It's 1 point. It's just 1 point. It's just 1 point. RuPaul isn't in NA. It's a scrim. They're not taking that seriously. I'm finding all the ways I can cope. Tree playing inside the house as a Pharah against a Tracer. Very bold. Rocket, he's kind of doing work right now. He took out Vega. He's pressuring RuPaul. Infected is slept and Knife. Oh, wow. Knife actually got that trade. Give me the Knife cam back. Where's the knife cam? Oh, he just died. No, Rocket's still pounding.
The objective. Not on my watch.
Someone's
When you know on Discord to report all the maps. He went 2 and 20? No, no, he did not go 2 and 20. Also, hi Kendall. Tell me that's a typo right now. 2 and 20 is insane. Not my goat. Not my goat. You're taking a long time to stage here. Nice slam. Squid's low. Okay, good kill, good kill. Team Liquid would be better with Brack than Vega. Honestly, I think it's possible. A lot of people would fight back on that just because of like the Vega RuPaul synergy. But I definitely think if it was me, I would prefer Rack over Vega. Nice. Vicker is charging his ult so slowly. He hasn't used it yet, right? He's just being real slow. Okay, Rocket hit a big pulse here. What is Tree doing? He's playing on the ground. He's almost one-clipped by a Tracer. Asphera. Oh, he's no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, maybe I was exaggerating Tree's hyperflexibilities a bit. He should not be getting picked right there.
Rocket barrage incoming.
He just soloed Chopper. Oh boy. RuPaul missed that? That's crazy. Riker dies here, right? Oh, he doesn't. Wow. Now he dies, yeah. But Knife trades out.
Not so fast.
Dude, I'm sorry to Chopper fans, but he's kind of been invisible. Okay, nice beat. Knife goes in. Nice. Wrecker got nothing with that ult. Brack mid? What is this? Surely this time Timeless has no mid-season collapse. They won't have a mid-season collapse. What's gonna happen is TSM is gonna decide to rejoin, and then they'll buy this team, and then Timeless will put together a new team and go on to beat TSM. That's what's gonna happen. Vega better. I think they're very equal. I think they're very equal. It's just from what I know of the two players and like mentality and stuff, I would pick Rack over Vega. I think Vega's probably more skilled mechanically. Is Knife also playing from Korea? That's a good question. I would assume he's in NA, but I don't know for sure yet. Also, yeah, like Rack, I will admit there's an argument to be made between who is better between Rack and Vega, right? He's definitely not mid. He's top 3 he's top 3 main supports in North America, and he's not number 3, I think. He's a great streamer. I'll agree with that. Yeah. He's very entertaining, very nice guy. That might be why I'm kind of biased toward Rack, because like, you know, you see him streaming, you see his videos, and he's like, oh man, he's such a he's a fun guy. He's so chill, so nice to be around. So, dude, I loved Citrus Nation's runs of beating TSM. Ing was actually just like unable to beat them. It was so funny. The Super TF complex. True. That's not really an accomplishment. It's an A. I mean, true. Like you're not wrong. But at the same time, like, if the discussion is specifically about who's the best player you can get in NA, Rack's got to be in there, right? Like, obviously, you start putting him against the Korean and even like the EU flex supports. I think the EU ones, or I keep saying flex supports, I mean main support. The EU ones I think is a little biased since they've always been good at like the rush main supports, so like the Lucios and the Brig. EU has always been better than that than NA is, but oh, wait, is Infected actually gonna roll out in the Mauga here?
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3.
He is, okay. Interesting. We saw there were a few teams that we saw doing this in the OWCS qualifiers. Whoa, they are running it down. This is interesting. I have not seen a push like this. Well, it doesn't seem to work. Wait, Squid's on Moira? It's not fun baiting smart people. My bad. Here, tell you what, I'll give you the drama. Vega is dog water. Rack clears him 10 out of 10 times. Vega, overhyped, overrated, never won an international. My GOAT Rack Attack, signed to the most winningest Overwatch League team of all time. Thank you, Speaker, appreciate you. Yeah, Moira and Mauga and Reaper, this is actually a... Oh, that was a massive stomp. But yeah, this is a cooked stomp. The Reaper Genji kind of going crazy. I don't know what Squid's doing on the Moira here. He's dead. Oh, he's so dead. Wait, knife? How'd you die? You had Wraith. What happened? Buddy. Okay, I'm loving the aggression here. Liquid is actually just not giving them space to breathe. Maybe a little too much aggression. The tracking, yeah, Infected's good. Okay, but now, actually, it's 4 to potentially 5 ults here. Listen, Rack doesn't need to win a major, okay? He's got the clout from being on Shock. Oh, hold on, okay. RuPaul just died to a Moira orb. Squid is just sitting on the off angle, flanking. And it worked. He gets out. He has a Cole now. They have 5 ults. How did... These have got to be experimental comps, right? 3 is so low. Okay, there we go. Infected running it down. Okay, now Chopper pops off. Oh, got caught. Wait, did Infected get anyone with that cage? Yeah. Okay, good cage. W cage. Chopper's dead. Nice stomp. Dude, Infected is kind of... Like, this is a weird thing to be skilled at, but his stomps are really good. Like, I've rarely seen Amalga get this much value out of his stomps. Liquid took way too long with that fight, though. Like, look at the percentage. It was like 40% where they just didn't take a fight. Okay, where's Knife? Where's my goat? Oh, he's just chilling right there. Okay, Rocket's on the back point. He recalls out. Do you need a pulse here? There's like a solid chance to get the pulse. Oh, wait. That pops off. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, this comp they're running, it gives you a lot of aggression, and you're flipping the map pretty successfully, but at the same time, you're kind of just letting them flip constantly. And he's dead. Wait, they might lose this. Liquid might lose this. They're gonna lose this. Oh my goodness. They threw! That's crazy. They lost that. the winners of your first ever leaked scrim of OWCS 2025 is Timeless. What in the world? That has to be bait, right? Like, sure. Look, okay. I'm gonna start throwing out a ton of cope here. Call me whatever you want, but like, there is no way that that's like Toronto at their best. That cannot be their. If that's their best, I need to rethink my threads. Timeless Synergy is just better for now. Possibly. But I mean, they won with a Moira comp. I can't remember the last time I've seen a Moira comp, if I'm being honest. Yo, Simski, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I cannot remember the last time I've seen a Moira comp actually do good like that. Like, I gotta look at this from a bird's eye view here. Like, look how long Defiance is taking to win a fight. I don't think this is a synergy issue. Alright, no, sorry. It's like the next cap. You like the follow notification? Thank you. I'm a big One Piece fan, if you couldn't tell by just like the general vibe of the channel. Yeah, see, so like, after they lose this next fight... Oh, the wall from Riker! That really screwed them. That allowed them to get 2 picks. Knife is just trotting along in the back, doing nothing. Speaker, thank you for the follow. And look at this. I'm pretty sure they go from like 30 almost like straight to like 80, 90. Like, look, he's just... How did he get that pick? How did he get this pick? This I need to see. There is no world in which my tier 1 teams are dying to flanking Moira Orb. That's crazy! Oh, that's insane! There's no way. That's so funny. He just Suzu'd too late. He actually just straight up forgot to Suzu. He saw a Tracer and a Moira go on him and he just forgot to Suzu until he died. Oh my goodness. And yeah, look how much percentage. They doubled their percentage just from that one early pick. Now they finally engage. They use both support ults, and Knife just gets deleted. Aura Orb real. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Squid has an unreal aura for going for that play. Like, how does Knife die here? He had B. Oh right, yeah, this is when he got trapped. But he had Wraith! He had Wraith! What? The Hazel is dumb. Like, I kinda sure, but at the same time, he has Wraith, he has TP. Did he think he was out? He must have thought he was out. See, like, he has to be on ping. I guess so, but the thing is, even once you're trapped, you can still use Wraith, right? You can't move out of the trap, but you can use, it's like correct me if I'm wrong. From what I know, Hazard ult works like a Junkrat trap. And for Reaper, you can Wraith while you're in a Junkrat trap. You can't move out of it, but you can Wraith to prevent damage, and he didn't even do that. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but... Yeah, between Knife on Reaper and Tree on Pharah. The solo ulting Sojourn. They changed that a while back? Did they? Okay. If they changed that, then I'm wrong, and Knife gets a pass for that one. Okay. Knife gets a pass then. I thought you could still use Wraith when you were trapped, but... Okay. That's my bad then. I'm a washed player. I don't keep up with the latest changes. Man, then they just lose that. That's crazy. Wow, how about that, eh? Alright, well. That's slightly worrying. Slightly worrying. Keep knife off Reaper. Yeah. Yeah. You really do need to. But the reason why I wanted to start with that is because that leads us to what we have next, which is, well, I'm sure you can guess it because I'm pretty sure I put in the title. Yeah, preseason power rankings. Yippee! I've pulled all the teams from, well, all the teams I could find icons for. There were a couple teams from like Pacific or Japan, I think, that did not have team logos, so they won't be included. And full disclosure, a lot of those Pacific and Japan teams I think are going to be a little hard to rank, but we'll see how this goes. So first things first. Yo, okay, actually, hold on. Let me reset, okay? We're gonna, you guys ever seen those Ludwig videos? I'm gonna steal his format straight up, okay? Watch this. All right, gamers. So before we begin, let me explain the tiers. We have S tier, which means this team is not gonna be losing to anyone, except for other teams in S tier. I can't do it. That feels too fake for me. That's not my vibe. Hi YouTube. Yeah, this is, I can probably turn this into a YouTube video. Hi YouTube. All right. So yeah, S tier. This is gonna be for the teams that are the best of the best. I think there's gonna be two teams here. You guys can probably guess which teams it's gonna be, but in due time, right? A tier. These are teams that should be able to be close. They're not gonna beat the unbeatables, but they shouldn't be losing a ton either, right? Like the A tier is what we're gonna be expecting to see at the LANs. If an A tier team misses out on a LAN, might be a little worrying. I would consider that an upset. B tier teams, those are teams that can take games off the A tier teams every so often, but not consistently. They're definitely not going to be like the world beaters. They're, you know, they're the definition of mid. Are arguably the gatekeeper teams, right? In order to like get from B tier to A tier, you have to like really just start demolishing everyone in the B tier and like show that you're a step above. C tier, these are the underdogs. Their plucky attitudes allow them to make it into OWCS, the tier 1. It remains to be seen if they will actually be able to hold on to that. But they have players with potential, players that can grow, and they're teams to keep an eye on. And then D tier, these are the teams that I either don't really know enough about to be able to rank accurately, or they're the teams that I fully expect to just not win a game. That sounds mean, I know, but there's gonna be some teams that are gonna have rough seasons. All right, so let's start this off. First off, Zeta division. I think Zeta is a solid A, probably the top of A tier. We are gonna order the teams within the tiers, by the way. I forgot to mention that, but that's an important bit. Zeta is gonna be at the top of A. Unless they really start punching up, they're gonna be having trouble, I think, making it into the S tier. But based on their performance last year, they're A tier, and it kind of looks like they just are at the exact same performance, right? Violet is still getting money. I mean, dude, I can pull up a clip right now of Violet getting money. Watch this. Time how long this takes for me to find. Yo, Big Paint Wall, thank you for the follow. Welcome here. Yep, here it is. Look at this. Violet Ajax counter 2025. Number 1. It started already. It's so funny. All right, there's a spoiler, by the way, here for Zeta versus T1, maybe? Zeta versus someone. If you don't want spoilers, close your eyes here for like the next 30 seconds. I'll tell you when you can come back. Yeah, this is Zeta versus T1. Yep. That's why A tier. As long as this stuff keeps happening, they will never be S tier, okay? That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Violet needs to... It's crazy, because he's the GOAT, right? So many people say he's the GOAT. But my goodness. He needs to stop. He's making it fair for the other teams. Okay, true. He needs to nerf himself, yeah. I'll subscribe to that theory. I'll +2 that. All right, next up. Well, this is kind of a twofer. Crazy Raccoons and Falcons, they are the S tier. There's nothing to suggest. They didn't change their rosters at all. I think Raccoons is going to be above Falcons, though. Because when you have the hero bans, Falcons struggles a little. Raccoons does not seem to have that same struggle. Like, if we look at EWC and we look at Raccoon's performance, dude, this is like one of those Wikipedia speedruns. How fast can you find the page? Here we are. Crazy Raccoons didn't drop a map, whereas Falcons, they dropped a game. No Smurf, second place now for sure. I mean, also true. Like, okay, I say Falcons remain the same. Their starting roster is mostly the same, right? But they lost some important parts. Krusty gone, Smurf gone, and yes, I'll admit Hanbin was probably the more consistent player for them, right? And I would say that they definitely favored him when possible. But Hanbin's very good, but he struggles on the classic main tanks where Smurf, like, the most obvious example is Winston, right? Let's roll with that. Hanbin is okay at Winston. He is not Smurf. Smurf is GOAT tier at Winston. Smurf carried some games on Winston. If you have to put Hanbin in on Gibraltar, at that point you're hoping you play D.Va. But there's hero bans. What do you do if D.Va gets banned? You gonna put him on Hazard? Maybe. Has Hanbin been playing any Hazard yet? Let's see. Do we have games yet? Yeah, here we go. Let me see if we have some Hanbin gameplay. Okay, Hanbin's been playing Hazard. Okay, we're gonna quickly look through this and see if Hanbin's actually good at Hazard. Well, he's getting carried by Stalker right now. Yeah, okay. Ruler's beating him in the ult charge right now. Dodo's looking disgusting. Oh yeah. Dodo is definitely the next big rookie. I haven't even watched this full game yet, but just from like the clips and what people have been sharing. Yo, Mammy Pig, thank you for the follow. See, it's very hard for me to tell how good Hanbin is here because the rest of Falcons are doing so well. Like, is it that Hanbin can't carry or that Hanbin isn't getting an opportunity to carry here? Let's see his ult usage. I think his ult usage will be a big tell. Okay, that was a pretty good ult. I gotta give it to him. All right, off that 10-second clip, those few seconds of footage we've seen, I'll say it. Hanbin is probably going to be good at Hazard, which isn't really a surprise. I mean, he's arguably the best Junker Queen in the world, right? So him being good at Hazard, that'd be expected. That's expected. That being said, Crazy Raccoons is still just better, I think. You have Junbin, you have Max. Though, granted, Max very rarely plays, but the fact that he is there, he's an option, right? And the coaching staff has changed less, so I give it to Falcons over Raccoons. Especially because Falcons have, Raccoons, if we go to OWCS Korea, where's my Liquipedia? There we go. Wait, Raccoons lost more maps? Who did Raccoons lose maps to? They lost the map to FTG. Okay, they lost one to Zeta. That's expected. FTG? I didn't realize they lost the map. That's a bit surprising. Like, I completely skimmed over that. Wow. I don't know, actually. Ooh, with that context, it's really hard to tell. I'm still gonna give the edge to Raccoons though. No, they have not lost a set. Neither Falcons nor Raccoons have lost a set yet. So let's see. What do they have any challenging matchups coming? Let's see, like Falcons versus Vesta, that should be a stomp for Falcons. Falcons versus Zeta. Yeah, you know what? This could be a close game. This could be a very close game. That's one to keep an eye on. Raccoons though. Raccoon T1 might, well, no, because Zeta just beat T1, so I don't think T1 would push Raccoons harder than Zeta did. Yeah, I don't know. February 2nd, that's when we're gonna see if Falcons are on Fraud Watch or not. Though, I mean, they've lost to Zeta before, so obviously it's not that big a deal either way. All right, speaking of way, what a transition. They're going in A tier as well, I think. They gotta go in A tier. They got 3 over Vesta, a 3-0 over Poker Face. Again, arguably not the hardest teams to beat. FTG beat New Era 3-0. Falcons dropped the map. Ooh, true. See, at this point, we're getting into straight up power scaling now. So Crazy Raccoons 3-1 to FTG. FTG 3-0'd New Era. New Era did a 3-1 against Falcons. Listen, the transitive properties of that breakdown allows us to pretty much confirm that Falcons are weaker than Raccoons. Yeah. I like that. That was a good catch. That's a good catch. As for Wei though, listen, the standings don't lie. My GOAT Who Are You is #1 right now, and not on the bench. He's just cracked like that. You can't deny it. He is him. Who are you? He's him. That's the answer. Taken years, but we finally have the answer to his question. Could they beat Zeta? No. Well, what's Wei's roster again? Yeah, no. They shouldn't. It depends on how hard Violet throws. That's what it comes down to. I don't think Wei beats Zeta though. Vesta Crew. Wei got an inflated score. They've only versed the 2 worst teams. That is true. That is true. Do we put them in B? Should they be B tier? I don't know. B tier feels like almost too harsh, but Yeah, Poker Face Fall Off does need to be studied. It is legendary. Yeah, you know what? Okay. Hear me out though. This is mostly preseason power rankings, okay? I see a universe where Wei finishes above FTG. Is that a crazy take? Potentially even T1. Not likely, but I think it's possible. Maybe I'm just like way too high on Who Are You. That's my nostalgia just like completely ruining my analysis. Where I'd place all the teams EME versus NA. We'll get to them. Don't you worry. We'll figure out how they slot into things. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll put Wei bottom of A tier. Because I'll go out of order here a little bit. I think T1 and FTG, they gotta go in there as well. Yeah, T1 does look solid. They look fine. I think this is the vibes that I get. FTG, I think they're kind of the underdog of A tier. I think they have the potential to really succeed a lot more than their players might indicate. It's just like Heesang has been popping off on tank. I will say that. Heesung's been... Did I say Heesang? I meant Heesung. Heesung has been looking really, really good. Their backline is just like they picked two players who are like so known for being inconsistent. It's like, oh yeah, Vindame was really, really good one season a few years ago. And same with Vigilante. It's like, oh man, he looked really, really good and like contenders and sometimes in OWL. And then Prophet and Sunjun, they're just like, they're good. Prophet Hitscan is like crazy. Like his Widowmaker is like great, right? But I don't know, like there's nothing about this team that is like, whoa, right? Like when I looking at this team, the carry factor has to be Heesung. Whereas if I look at Wei, you have the carry factor of Who Are You and Aid. I think I rate that carry factor a little bit more high. A little bit more highly? A little bit higher? I can't grammar. Genji Go, exactly. And we are kind of, Genji's good right now, right? Like we'll just say it. Genji is a solid pick right now. If you're picking Genji, you're probably doing well. So when you have arguably the best, like I think it was on Uncoachable, or sorry, no, Korean Uncoachable. What's it called? Hold on. I know I saw it somewhere here on this very subreddit. Oh, watch Uni. That's it. Watch Control F Genji. Oh, maybe it wasn't here. Okay, anyway. I saw something from like one of the Korean coaches or Korean players, and they said like every team wants to run Genji right now because they're all confident that they have the best Genji on their team. So like Crazy Raccoons, they think Heesang's the best Genji. Falcons, they think Stalker is the best Genji. Or Proper. Honestly, they might have two of the best Genjis, right? But I think Wei actually has the best Genji. Maybe Who Are You doesn't got it anymore, okay? Maybe he's washed. If that's the case, everything falls apart. If he is not washed, would not surprise me if he's the best Genji in Korea right now. Okay. So I think I like that. Poker Face and VEC, they gotta go B tier. They gotta go B tier. Arguably C tier. Relative to the rest of Korea, you could maybe even put them D tier, but this is going to be like a worldwide power ranking, so I think there are a lot of teams that they do beat, but yeah, relative to their region, they're struggling. Arguably, one of these, there should be a swap here. Like, that could work as well. I think we won't know exactly who's... It's hard for me to even say who's better between the teams, because I think it might end up coming down to who's worse between the two. As much as that hurts me to say. But... like, you have Dart. Dart is good. Guruen and Donghae, like... This team has the FTG problem, but just like leveled up for me. There's just nothing on this roster that makes me be like, wow, that is a roster. That's a player that like I can see 100% just like really showing the world some crazy stuff. VEC arguably has more of that with Architect, but I think Architect might be kind of washed. The fact that he's on VEC and not a better team in the first place, I think that alone kind of speaks some volumes. Farmer... Yeah, I think it's gonna be another rough season for VEC, which really sucks. Cause like I would want Architect to be successful, right? I love Architect, but at the same time, I don't see how it's gonna happen. Like unless they just manage to use the craziest hero bans and like. You'd need such a perfect mix of conditions for them to actually show up here. Poker Face, I see them beating Vesta. I'm gonna put Vesta in C for now. I'm sorry, but has to be done. New Era. Now, New Era did take a map off Falcons, but they then kind of got stomped in their... Yeah. New Era is really hard to measure. Where do they line up? I would say probably you put them... Well, I mean, top of B, I think, right? They got 3-0'd by FTG. If you're getting 3-0'd by FTG, I don't think you can be A tier. They did take a map, that map they took off Falcons. That's what's screwing everything up. That makes things so confusing because like a B tier team should not be taking a map off Falcons. The fact that they did that makes me want to put them in A tier. But a team in A tier should not be getting 3-0'd by another team in A tier. So I'm gonna make an executive decision. We're gonna chalk up the map they took off Falcons to a fluke. That's my best guess. Also, hi again, Kendall. How's the TikTok experience? All right, this is my final rankings for the Korea teams. Now, time to move on to EMEA. First up, Team Vision. They almost took 2 maps. Kings was close. Ugh. But they didn't actually take a map though. And here's the thing. Here's one other thing to remember. Now that hero bans exist, since we live in a world with hero bans, a 3-0 is that much more impactful. If you're getting 3-0'd in a world with hero bans, that means you did something wrong. That is my belief. You did not use a ban correctly. You picked the map incorrectly. Also, yes, hi Kendall. What's up? Read my text? Okay. If they had just gotten a map, I would be more than willing to put them in A tier. But because they didn't, I think they have to stay B tier. Also, I do not have any... Oh, wait, there we go. Now the text came through. Weird. Anyway, yeah, moving on. EMEA. Team Vision. Where should we put Team Vision? Well, they struggled. Don't get me wrong. They made some banging matches. Also, what's up, cat emoji name? I'm sure there's something else there, but it just appears as a box on my chat screen, so. Yeah, Vision, they amazing matches relative to the teams they played against. Like, where is it? Yeah. Team Vision versus Quick, incredible. I think this was one of the, from an enjoyment perspective, this was one of the most fun matches I've watched in quite a while. It was absolute gigabanger, super fun to watch. And they also had a map 5 against Incendia. Like, they were putting down some peak gameplay, don't get me wrong. But they're losing maps all over the place. If you're a good team, you should not be losing these maps. So it's a weird kind of situation where like, yeah, you've provided us some great matches, but that's because you're not good enough to be winning those matches in a dominant fashion, right? And so like that sucks for them, but I gotta put them C tier. Virtus Pro, one of the biggest question marks in the league currently, if you ask me. Now, you have oh no, sorry, I was about to say you have Krusty coaching this. You don't. He's on Gen G. You have some of the same players. Like, you have Shockwave, who very good, obviously. You have Vestola, who proved himself on ENCE, great player. And you have Fixa. Okay, good luck at work. Like, it's really hard to... There's just nothing on this roster that stands out to me. And you know what? Their roster reveal alone, they gotta lose points for that. Have you guys seen their roster reveal? Let me pull it up here for you. Anyone who hasn't seen it. This is the... No, it needs to be played. It needs to be played. People need to know. Look at this. Ready? Look at this. Oh. What is this? What is this? It's such a masterpiece of just awful decisions. All these poorly rendered Blender models. You have Overwatch 1 Genji, Soldier 24 Reyes, Scorpion Widowmaker, Overwatch 1 Diva, no mech, with there's not even hair physics. Her hair is sticking straight out like she's wearing a baseball hat backward. And then you have the ugliest Junkrat model I've ever seen. Why is Diva so big? That's just one of the many questions. You have like a weird Funko Pop Tracer in the background. Like, what's up with that? Yeah, like Diva's almost taller than Junkrat here, despite the perspective. You have what I think is meant to be King's Row, but it's clearly not King's Row. Because like this is definitely just like some default London assets pack number 1. And it's just like, it just fades into this. They got an unpaid intern to do this. Yeah. And like the camera movement too, it's so weird. It's just like, whoa. Like, there's nothing cool about this. And they're all just placed so randomly. I think that might be the worst part. The composition. Oh, it's awful. Also, what's up, Tromley? We're just looking at the worst roster announcement of all time. Like, it's not even. You have like 3 people standing off to the side, D.Va off to the other side, then Reaper in the middle, and it doesn't even have a support. Yeah, it actually doesn't. Gala and Fixa, they said, just we don't need you. We can put your names on there, iconic characters, favorite, like, there's so much wrong with this. Jwoo and Fixa are the imports, yeah. Like, the only 2 choices that make sense are the Widowmaker and the D.Va. Widowmaker I associate with Shockwave, sure. D.Va, the Stola. Yeah. Okay, we're on the same page. What about the other 3 players? You have represented a minority of your team. If it was just one person who maybe didn't get their pick, that's one thing. But you barely got 2. Jwoo and Fixa? Jwoo was on Poker Face. He's fine. But yeah, like I don't see this team doing like, all you need is Pistola and Shockwave. That's asking a lot, brother. That is a big ask. Yeah, they might be able. You give Shockwave a hit scan meta? Maybe. But hit scan metas have become a pretty rare thing if you think about it, right? It's not a common thing to have like a hard cast meta. The closest we've had is like when Widowmaker's meta. But I feel like Widowmaker is a very easy character to be pretty good at least on the pro level. Not for me at all. No, I'm trash at Widowmaker. But for the pros, for the hitscan players, they should be good at Widowmaker. Okay, Twisted Minds. I think Twisted Minds goes A tier, right? Twisted Minds. Here we go. Like, let me pull up their roster real quick here. There we go. Like, Hottie. Oh, also worth mentioning, they did sign TVNT and someone else. Who was it? Where is? Did they delete the post? They should have just done that. They honestly should have. Yeah, an image would have been. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Ben Best as a coach. And TVNT. TVNT, I think, is a really important pickup. Before they picked up TVNT, I think things would have been not so great, to say the least. Just because I love Hottie, he is not flexible. He is not known for flexibility. TVNT, you need him for the Sigma, the D.Va, maybe the Hazard. We'll see. I think that's an important pickup. Without that, Twisted Minds would probably struggle, but because of that, I think they're pretty safely in A tier. All right, the ultimate basically ends. The only difference is they have KSA instead of Estola, and their support line is, well, I guess it's not basically Ents but like 60% of the team is Ents, so good enough. Yeah, Twilight Faith, I rate that highly. Now, allegedly, apparently, according to rumors, they haven't been doing so hot. That's Scrimbucks. Again, that's Scrimbucks. We just saw how Liquid looks if we're listening to Scrimbucks, right? So I'm gonna stick my head in the sand and say that probably not a huge concern. The Ultimates is probably still very good. Twilight and Faith, they gotta be solid, right? Yo, what's up, Bernardo? I am doing well, thanks. How about you? My day's going great. We're sitting here power ranking, breaking down, analyzing. It's always a fun time. Like, if this team had a more consistent DPS line, I would even put them ahead of Twisted Minds. But the problem is, neither Kevstor nor Kai consistently pop off. At their peaks, they're incredible. Don't get me wrong, absolutely incredible. Like the best, some of the best in the world at what they do, right? But it feels like so many times, Kai especially, there's so many times when he gets beaten by people that on paper he should be better than. And Kevster, again, super talented player, but he needs to be on hard carry heroes, sorry. As soon as you put him on the Mei, the Symmetra, anything like that, his impact is so much lower. Who's more consistent, Quartz or Kevster? Oh, I think Quartz for sure. I don't think I've ever seen Quartz have an off day. Quartz always locks in when his team needs that carry. And Kevster, he can do that, but he does not do it nearly as much. So for that factor alone, you gotta say Quartz is more consistent. Like, yeah, if I think there's really not a time I can think of where I watched a Twisted Minds game and I was like, oh man, they'd be winning right now if Quartz was just doing better. It's usually, oh man, Quartz is popping off, but Yubi's tossing the game again, so they're struggling. Is Psycho playing Genji? Presumably, yeah. I would sure hope so. I think Psycho is better than Yubi on 99% of cases. Like, maybe you put in Yubi for the Mei or the Symmetra. Even then, though, the Mei, I think Psycho could probably come very close to competing at. And arguably, you might choose to keep Psycho in just to have the synergy. Yubi, like, if I'm the coach of Twisted Minds, Yubi is double flex insurance. If you need a Pharah Genji or a Genji Tracer, that's what Yubi is for. In any other case, it's Quartz Cycle 100% of the time. That would be my take. But yeah, the ultimates. Twilight Faith is such an interesting that backline will either move mountains or it'll fall flat on its face. And I'm really hoping that it's the former. I want that backline to succeed. But it is a question mark right now. I hope they do well though. Okay, Alcadzia. Twilight Faith is really exciting. I agree. It's very exciting, but it's gonna make it that much harder if they end up failing. W Tread. Okay. I agree. Tread is probably like the best rookie tank in EU. I don't know, can you even call him a rookie at this point? If you can, then I think he's the best rookie in EU. His off tanks especially, very, very good. You could argue, but you wouldn't say so. Okay, then, like, how do we classify him? Because like, I think he's a tier below, like, you know, the hotties, the chase torches, KSA. Is it a power ranking for this meta? Kinda, yeah. This is just like stage 1 kind of as a whole. If we get a meta change, then obviously things are going to be different. But I assume that things are going to more or less stay stable from what we're seeing right now. So you could say it's for the meta, yeah. Would I be crazy if I put Alcadzia ahead of Virtus Pro? Would that be insane? You know what? Yeah, I think I want to put Alcadzia ahead of Virtus. QLM and Shockwave are very similar players, I feel. At least from what I've heard. I haven't seen much of QLM firsthand, but I've heard a lot of stuff about him, and he's a very cracked aimer. I think Shockwave is very similar, which means that in a head-to-head, QLM could get the better of that matchup. And then Checkmate versus JWoo? Like, if we look at their histories, you gotta put Checkmate above JWoo, right? Like, yes, Checkmate struggled last year. He did not see much success, but he's an Overwatch League champion. He is world class. JWoo has not yet proven himself to be world class, in my opinion. I'm gonna do it. I think Alcadzia beats Virtus Pro. Flip it and ship it. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this if we need to. Yeah, like this would not surprise me to see Virtus Pro really struggle. That's probably my hottest take so far, but I'm gonna stand by it. Next up, Gen G, a very interesting roster. Sana and Top Dragon as a DPS line. Could be amazing, or it could be the biggest throw of their lives. Now, initially in my watching Overwatch video, I said Sana is like a flex DPS, right? So pairing him with Top Dragon, little bit odd. Alcadzia will reach the expectations that Rock couldn't reach. There's probably a good chance, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say so. That is true, right? Because like Rock was supposed to be a really good team, and then they just kind of like they fell off so hard by the end of the season. I didn't even remember they existed. Yeah, this is the first time I've thought about them in months. But yeah, Gen G. Mag's a solo tank. Ooh, that's so spicy, dude. Oh, that's spicy. Like I want to like it, but I know it's so risky. Krusty wants a DPS line like the Falcons one. That's actually true. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right. He's trying to recreate. He's actually trying to recreate Stalker proper. The thing is, though, proper was more of a hit scan. Like, Stalker, he's a really good Sojourn, but the hit scan player for that team was more often than not proper. Sana being on that level, that's a big ask. It's possible, but it's a tough thing to do. Very few people reach that level. If this team lives up to the potential, they can definitely be A tier. But I think to start with, I'm going to put them top of B. Too unproven. There's right now, Krusty is cooking something up, right? He's in the kitchen. He's got his recipe. He's cooking something. But right now, it's not at the point where it smells good yet, right? Right now, it looks a little weird, looks a little funky. You're like, oh, this might be good, but you're not gonna know until you actually taste it. That's where we are with Gen G right now. It could be awful, could be amazing. Top of B tier. If one of them could compete with Alexa Shockwave or QLM, they would cook. I agree. But like I said, I think that's a big ask. I heard that Sana did used to be a very talented hit scan player. Like, maybe I can... Okay, look at his signature heroes. Sana Overwatch highlights? Yeah, no. No, this is Sana Esports. Like, I can't even find a clip of Sana playing the DPS. That's arguably the trouble. Maybe like a really old clip from... Nope. I don't know. There's not enough evidence for me to trust Sana. Look, I know that's rich coming from me. Like, the obvious answer is, if Krusty thinks he's good at hit scan, he's got to be good at hit scan. And there might be some truth to that. But guys, the Krusty crack pipe meme exists for a reason, okay? There is no guarantee that Krusty has the master plan. I'm sure he thinks he does, but it really needs to be proven. Okay, let's run through the next two quickly. Sakura, I like this team. I put them top of C. Don't get me wrong, I really like this team. I love the underdog vibes. Only team that's not like a big org, right? Arguably Peps isn't really a big org either, but like even then, Sakura is like half the size or less than Peps is. Like maybe a quarter of the size, but I think much smaller if I'm being honest. Amazing underdog story. I think they need more time to reach the level of these other teams. I think they have a good upset potential. I think it's not unreasonable to see Sakura potentially upset Alcadzia or Virtus. Yo, Radies, thank you for the follow. Well, yeah, Sakura of Alcadzia, that would be an unlikely upset. Virtus Pro, I think possible. Still maybe unlikely, but possible. But yeah. Stage 2, that could be their time to shine. Until then, though, just keep developing, stay on the grind. Hitori is arguably the best up-and-coming tank in EU. They've been dominating Calling All Heroes. Now, like, if they can transfer that success to OWCS, big things in store. But I don't know if it's there yet. Team Peps. Very interesting one. You have Exodial. You have Soon. You have Ken. Yeah. I like this team, and especially their DPS. Their DPS lineup is arguably one of the best, or at least most entertaining in EU. Because I mean, you got Soon, right? How cool is that? And he's not looking bad. He's not dominating. Maybe like he would have been 10 years ago. Well, 10 years ago. 8 years ago. And Exodial, very talented. Yo, Teresa, Teresa, thank you for the follow. I hope I didn't butcher your name. I thought I had it, but then I saw the capitalization and that threw me off a little. Please not hero ban, clear all these frauds. True, yeah. They go in S tier right off the bat. Who will be on the relegation match? We don't know yet. Yo, Kona Roy OW, thank you for the follow. We don't know who's making relegation match quite yet, because it'll be bottom 2 of OWCS and top 2 of Face It Masters. Once I'm done the power rankings, though, I'll probably throw out a guess. I'm happy to do that. You haven't watched Tier 1 Overwatch Esports since Owl died. Now's the perfect time to get back into it. Listen, you get back into it, you support, like, one of these, like, smaller teams. They're the ones that need the underdog support, right? Especially you, Commanda. Sakura, that's your team, okay? You support them, get them to get partner status next year, and then you got like fancy pink cherry blossom skins in-game. Peak. Yeah, I love Peps, but I think they gotta sit bottom of B for now. Ooh. Okay, wait. Could I move Poker Face lower? Would Al Qadsia beat Poker Face? I'm thinking. Peps are a really solid team in a stacked region. Yeah, I agree. The thing is though, like, they could be a lot more stacked too. Like, Ice Nom is good, but he's never been like a player that I'm like, oh wow, Ice Nom is just a carry. Like, I like that roster. There's nothing there that I'm like, whoa, what are they thinking? But at the same time, there's also like, it's very similar that I think it's a roster that still needs more development. Like Zerion, FD God. FD God especially, he's a controversial pick, let's say. A lot of people think he's a fraud, and a lot of people think he's the best player in France. Which, yeah, I mean, like, he's solid. I don't think he's a fraud. Let me get that out of the way right now. I think FD God does get overhated a lot. I think there was a point where FD God was like competing with Funny Astro in terms of like good main support from EU, right? But yeah, it's really hard to say. Like, I like this team, but we could see a coaching diff. I think in terms of like mentality and spirit, and especially with the fan base that Peps have, we could definitely see them like punch up, use the power of friendship type thing. Yeah, FD God is very overhated. People, I think it's because he had that bad season on Shock, I believe. Any good Canadian teams? Yeah, Shikigami is red. That's probably the closest. We'll there's Seeker, Canadian. There's got to be some. Surely Seeker isn't the only Canadian player left, right? Dude, remember when Canada got like top 3 at a World Cup? What happened to us? The fall off is legendary. Okay, Shikigami has 2 Canadian players. Yeah. We used to be so good. We used to be so good at the game. What happened? Okay, so Shikigami, they're red. They have 2 Canadian players. They are the honorary Canadian representatives. Don't mind the fact that their branding is all Japanese based. Don't forget that 1 Canadian playing in Japan. Is there? I think I've missed that. Oh, word! I did not know he was Canadian. I've completely missed that. What a goat. That's my Canadian weeaboo goat. Love it. Cool. Okay, so there we go. There's the Canadian representation. I don't think there's anyone in EU, right? No. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I think that wraps up the EU teams. So now let's actually start jumping into NA. As we've kind of started dipping our toes in here with a discussion about the Canadian players. Team Liquid. They have to be A tier. Now, here's the question. Did I watch OWCS Japan matches today? I've seen some clips. I haven't had time to like sit through them and watch them start to finish. I might do that tonight if I have time. We'll see. I'll probably definitely watch highlights. But yeah. Interesting stuff there from what I'm seeing. Veryl's domination has not ended, but it's definitely not at the level it was last year. Edison cooked. That's my goat. John Sojourn himself. John Sojourn himself, ladies and gentlemen. People thought he was washed. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's still the greatest hit scan to sometimes win. Anyway, Team Liquid. Here's the question. How much do we let Toronto Defiance performance last year affect where we rank Liquid? Because in theory, yo, Jan, it's Dal RB. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Team Liquid is definitely the Defiance spirit, right? They have Defiance coaches in Kasaurus and Danny. You have RuPaul Vega, which is like the iconic Defiant backline. Outside of that, yes, things have changed. But they've changed very similarly. You love the videos? Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yo, Contender King. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Do I think anyone will promote from Faceit League? I think so. I think so, yeah. I think... I'm not quite sure who yet. I'll have to look at the teams that make it through the qualifiers. Supernova is, I think, is likely, yeah. See, I don't know who's going to make it out, but I do think I know who's going to be in relegation. I think Vision is obviously going to be playing in relegation. Sakura likely is going to be either Sakura or Peps, probably. And then for NA, Amplify and Shikigami, I think are... Like, I don't see any world where Avidity or Rad end up being bottom 2. And Amplify, they very much did have a miracle run to make it in this stage. I think they would need to repeat the miracle in order to not be knocked out by arguably the better teams that didn't make it in. It's definitely possible, and Amplify, I think they have a really good shot at leveling up to make sure that doesn't happen, because they're going to be playing against the best competition NA has to offer, Steel Sharpens Steel. So if they have the best opportunity out of these teams to like really level up. If they can make the most of that, I think they will be able to beat and like really make themselves stronger than, or like not even make themselves strong, but like really make so that they deserve to be there in like tier 1. Is Liquid better than the Ultimates? I think so, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I keep getting distracted, but like if we take Defiance performance last year, right? They beat Zeta at their peak. They had some solid games against Crazy Raccoons, right? Well, I say, sorry, not solid games. They had solid matches. Also, what is my hair doing? Good lord. I'll just put the headphones back on. And like I was saying, it's the Spirit of Toronto. Yes, you have 3 players who've been completely replaced, right? But Infected is basically the North American version of someone. Tree and Knife, I think, are very similar to Merit and Sugar Free, with arguably more flexibility. They are more hero ban proof than Merit and Sugar Free were. Merit especially, he's a very good player, not flexible. Not especially compared to Tree and Knife. Both of them are way more flexible than Merit ever was. Who plays Widow? I feel like they both could play Widow. Like we've seen Tree play a lot of Hitscan, but Knife could also play Hitscan if he feels like it. Like, and that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Like, these guys are so flexible. They, like, who was it that just mentioned? Tree's Widow isn't even top 5 collegiate. No? Who do you put top 5 collegiate? Wait, hold on. Now I'm curious. Like, I'm guessing Vision is there. XCal? Maybe? Who else? Lethal? Lethal is collegiate, right? Yeah, that's. I'll be honest. Those are like the only players that come to my head right off the bat. Let me look at the collegiate homecoming. The Soldier's fantastic. Cast no complaints. Widow bad. Bad. Ooh, that's bold. Okay, hold on. Okay, Lethal. Yeah, I'll give that he's probably better than Tree. You put Haven above him? Vision, XCal, yeah. I don't know, but not even top 5. Like, if you ask me, I think that's overrating a lot of the collegiate talent. I think that's very heavily overrating a lot of these players. I'll give you not top 3. Petal? Do you put Petal over him? Sunset and Manuel. You put Sunset over him. I see. I was kind of thinking about Sunset, but I was like, no, I don't think so. The point of this team is flexibility. That's also true. Like, in theory, yeah, he might not be as good at the other players as Widow, but does he need to be? Right? And I think with the flexibility you have on the team, he might not need to be. If he's not good at Widow, just put Knife on Widow, right? Let me see. Does Knife have any, like, Knife, Overwatch, Widowmaker? A meta question, but bans and maps can avoid it potentially. Exactly, right? And here's the thing. We know that Kasaurus is good at using bans. If I trust anyone to not screw up bans, it's Kasaurus. Come on, Knife. You don't post any highlights? Hype yourself up a little, man. Toot your own horn. Anyway, I think Liquid is like T1 level. Arguably better. Have I cooked? No. Do we put them under? What do we put them under? Keep in mind, like, in theory, I don't think this is a team that much weaker than Defiant. Like, if Defiant has a power level of 100, I think Liquid is like 95. Right? Seeing them next to T1 feels wrong as well. I don't know if it is, though. If Tree isn't good at cast, put Knife on cast. Yeah. Like, you have the flexibility. You can make that work. Especially given that these guys are going to meet in a hero band tournament. Well, I'd say going to meet. T1 may not actually even make it to the lands. We probably won't see them meet until EWC, if we're being honest. I do not see them losing to Wei. I think Infected is way better than Milgaru. T1 is very, very underrated. Maybe. No way below Twisted Minds. Definitely not, no. That's like, I think that's the lowest I could put them. There's no way they go under FTG. I'm gonna keep them there. In theory, FTG does have an owl winning coach. Yes, that is true. But Kasaurus is arguably more proven when it comes to like the current scene with like hero bans and stuff. Do you take? So does Gen? Yeah. Owl winning coach doesn't necessarily mean that much, especially when this is something I was talking about in my Discord server yesterday. Have you guys seen Fleda's coaching record? Let me talk about this for a second, okay? Real quick. Fleda, one of the greatest players to touch the game at his peak. One of the few players to ever get their own skin in-game. Like, look at this as a player. First. Wow. It is tough to name a more winning-er player than him. But then, he retired. He retired and went and became a coach for Shanghai. And look what happened. Oh no. The fall off. The fall off is crazy. He's gotten a first twice. One was in the Asia wildcard where he faced off against a team from either Japan or Pacific. I don't even remember. But that's not a real first place. And then his other first was in Face It League Season 2 of NA relegation. Keep in mind, that's not relegation from OWCS. That didn't exist yet. That's relegation from Face It Masters League to Expert. He dodged going to Tier 3. That's his biggest accomplishment as a coach is managing to keep his team from falling into tier 3. Rascal did better as a coach. Oh, yeah, Rascal I think Rascal is probably a pretty solid coach, but Fleta, he is a curse of a coach. His teams do awful. Shanghai Dragons when Fleta was coaching, awful. Yeti, probably his most successful one, but still not very good. Fnatic fell off so hard in EWC, and then Shikigami, they like, ugh. Like I remember the exact moment I decided Fleta was, yo, Pilot Overwatch, thanks for the follow. I remember the exact moment I decided Fleta was a fraud, and that was in a Shikigami match. It was their elimination match against, I don't even remember who was against, but they went to Gibraltar, and they made the decision to keep Mari in instead of putting Solo in for Winston. Despite the fact that Solo is like a very solid Winston player on Gibraltar, the comps they were running would have worked better with a Winston, but instead they kept Mari in, forced her to play Diva, and she did fine, but the comp just did not work as a whole, and they got stomped. It was like a map 5, and they had been keeping it competitive, but then that decision happened and they just got stumped. Fleta ended Shikigami's career that stage. Anyway, sorry, long tangent. Let's move on. Space Station. Where do we rank Space Station? Dongsu's accomplishments as a coach, so players that turn their bad coaches aren't really valid. Oh no, I agree with that. It's just I don't even know why Fleta came up, but I wanted to go on that tangent because I needed to vent about that. SSG roster reveal video was like the opposite of VP. It was so clean. Oh yeah, well see the difference is Space Station, they actually put money into it, right? Whereas VP, I don't even know what they did. SSG better than Liquid. Wait, hold on. We have 2 people saying that SSG goes above Liquid? No way. Guys, they have CJ as a flex support. You are not telling me that CJ is going in the top 5 teams of the world. Look, they're good for North American standards, but a team with Kellen and CJ, Bliss, Seeker, and Sugar Free are just so good. I mean, yeah. CJ's doing kind of nasty. Listen, okay, tell you what. If SSG had Ultraviolet, then I would say, sure. I'd say, yeah, you can put them up there. Bliss or Vega? I mean, there you gotta give it to Bliss, right? Bliss does God's work on main support. Like, it's very, very difficult for main support players to like stand out and look like a carry. Bliss manages to do it. That alone goes to show you just how impressive he is. I would give... She has more Koreans at end of argument. Okay, but here's the counterpoint to that. SSG has 2 Koreans, Wei and FTG have like 6. So, by that logic, the Space Station are at the bottom of this kind of like segment here. Bliss on Dallas Fuel was a monster. Yeah. If he hadn't been partnered with MCD, who knows what that... I mean, that roster had, I think, several issues. Liquid SSG side by side. Really? I don't know, guys. We had a whole discussion over whether Liquid can go beside T1. But we're just willing to put SSG right up there as well? Kalios will cook infected? What are you... Nah, that's crazy. Isn't Kalios on Vortex Wolf? What are the names of teams in the top 3? We got Crazy Raccoons, Team Falcons, and then Please Don't Ban. They're there for a meme, but yes, yeah, that they're there for a bit of a meme. It's okay. All Korean. Of the actual ones, yes. Here, I'll put them up there at the end just so no one gets confused. But yes, S tier is all Korean. Yeah, Kellen. Here's the thing. I am a Kellen believer. Okay, I think I've watched a lot of Kellen gameplay, right? Because he's been in Overwatch League for quite a while, and when I was actually good at Overwatch, like I looked at Kellen and I was like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing, and I still kind of think that. Now, again, I am washed, so it's possible that me looking at him and saying that, maybe that's an anti-feat, right? Like if I think he's good, maybe that means he's bad. But the only question mark is CJ. CJ is the biggest question mark for me, honestly. Like he's the only question mark, but it's a very big question mark. And again, while I think Kellen is very good, especially at like the Winston and stuff, he's not flexible. He's shown a good Junker Queen. And maybe a Wrecking Ball. What else do we got? What is the CJ slander for though? Like, can I elaborate? I don't even think it's... Here's the thing. I don't even think I'm slandering CJ. I just like... When we're putting him up here, that's like we're putting him among the best in the world. Whereas CJ is like just barely top 3 NA. Like in North America, you have Vega, or sorry, you have RuPaul, you have Ultraviolet. Theoretically, Landon would go there as well because he is North American, even though he's playing in EU. Is he just not proven? I mean, yeah, kinda. Like that, he's on a worldwide stage. He's not. Like he's good by North American standards, but again, you have players that I think go above him. The OC CJ video clearly shows his superior play. I don't know if I've seen that one. Also, Hunter is saying CJ will surpass Ultraviolet. Ooh. Hunter has to say that though. Hunter is his coach. Hunter's not gonna come out and say, yeah, CJ sucks, but Ultraviolet was already on Nightmare, so we couldn't get him. Like, if Space Station had UV, I would be so much more comfortable putting them there. I will put them here. And I hope you know that's like a very much just peer pressure. I am being peer pressured to put them here because what I want to do is put them there. Arguably, maybe even there. Because I think Funny Astro Irony could be a better support line than Bliss CJ. How did SSG get beat by Nightmare to Ultraviolet? It's got to be Roster Mania. I think it's a similar thing that happened to Rack Attack. Ultraviolet got screwed by Roster Mania, and Nightmare was able to snatch them up. Or SSG didn't try to make a move because whatever the third, like D9 or the team that used to, the team that was supposed to get that third spot probably made a move for him in Rack Attack, but Bliss CJ over Vigilante Vindame, I would agree. I would agree. But I think a large part of that is Bliss rather than CJ. Like if we drop the main support, right? And we just pit CJ versus Vigilante, do we still put CJ there? That's the question. We'll keep him here. We'll keep him here. Yeah, I like the DPS line for Space Station better than FTG's enough. I sound like CJ personally killed my grandma or something. Okay, dude. Like, I'm not trying to be a CJ hater. I think CJ is a fine player. Dude. Yo, J5K, thank you for the follow. This is my I did not care for the Godfather moment, okay? I think it's a fine player, Did not care for it. All right, yeah. We'll put Space Station there. Okay, no, never mind. You guys have convinced me. I'll put them above Wei. I will put them above Wei. In a hero ban world, they'll just ban Genji and they'll beat Wei. That's what'll happen. The gaslighting worked. Okay, dude. Who am I supporting this season? Oh, that's a tough one. Liquid is like the obvious pick for me, just because like it's got the Defiant core kinda. Genji only B tier. Listen, top of B, but it's like I said, I just Sana Top Dragon is who. I need to see something first. If I even had a clip of Sana popping off on Hitscan, all I need would be a clip for me to go like, dang, this guy can go crazy on the Widowmaker. And also Mag Solo Tank, yeah. That's what I need. For me to move Genji into A tier, I need two things. One, a clip of Sana popping off on Widowmaker. And number two, Mag playing Diva. Playing like Diva or some equivalent. The crusty crackpot. That's the problem. I don't trust the crackpot. Yo, Cassie, thank you for the follow. Listen. Crusty won last season. If we're going by the Shock kind of record, after Shock had a few good tournaments, after they won a little bit, they fell off. Theoretically, this is Krusty's fall off year. He's gonna fall off. At least this stage, he's gonna fall off. Stage 2, stage 3, then we'll see something happen. Statistically, I think that's a likely scenario. All right, moving on. Rad and Avidity. Sana, Loki, someone that had to flex to FTPS to have merit and mayhem, and Shockwave inverted by his hit scan is good. That's what I've been hearing, right? Everyone keeps saying Sana used to play hit scan. He's gonna be good, but for me personally, I need to see it, especially because that was so long ago, and like I think the way hit scan was even played in that era was very different, right? Random OW, thanks for following. Glad to have you here. If Sana can become a Hyperflex, more power to him. Yo, thank you for the follow, by the way. If he can show that like his hit scan is at the same level as like the rest of like his Pharah, his Tracer, his Echo, if his hit scan is on that level, he's a GOAT. He's like the new gen Kevster, maybe, right? But I need to see that he's still got it. I need to see that first. The Korean main tank dream is real. He played some Hitscan Face at least season 2 or season 3. When Shockwave was gone for a few days. Okay, fair. That's fair. But still, the Face It leagues. I don't know if that's enough. Like, he's up against some very tough competition, right? Like, he's gonna be going up against Kai, Quartz, QLM, like Kevster, Exodial. Yeah, like if EU didn't have so many good hit scans, it'd be a lot easier for me to just say, yeah, he can probably get to that level, but he's up against some tough competition. Anyway, Avidity. I'm a big fan of Avidity. Is it Avidity or Rad? I don't know, I like Rad more, but Avidity is doing better. That's what it is. Where? Dude, I hate Twitter's search. Oh wait, I spelled it wrong. What's got TM over the Ultimates? I think I just more consistent. I think Twisted Minds is a lot more consistent than the Ultimates, and Ultimates is doing an experiment with their backline that will either pop off or fall flat. If Twilight is not washed and if he works well with Faith, huge. Massive victory. But that's not something I could put money on, you know? And like comparing the tank lines as well, KSA beats TVNT, but Hadi beats Chase, so they kind of go even. Yubi though, this is something I kind of mentioned it before, but like if I'm the coach, Yubi doesn't play unless it's like a double flex meta where you need two projectile players. Any other scenario, you run Quartz Psycho. Quartz Psycho, unironically, I think I take over Kai Kevster. Psycho is very, very close to Kevster on the flex heroes for me. So then you take Quartz, who I think pretty, I don't want to say pretty easily clears Kai, but just making an evidence-based decision, you have to say that like Quartz is the more consistent player, and he has more pop-off moments than Kai does, right? So Yubi only plays when there's some niche macro comp. Exactly. Which in the world with hero bans is a lot harder to see, especially because you need to submit the roster before the hero bans, right? So if they see Yubi come in, right away, I think the other team's gonna be like, oh, well, we'll just ban your rush enabling. We'll ban Lucio. We'll ban Baptiste, the Symmetra, May. If depending on like what kind of scrim data they have, they can probably know for sure whether Yubi is gonna be playing the May or the Sim, or they'll just be able to make the educated guess that they'll be using both. In which case, you only need to ban one, right? So it's like Yubi is there for insurance. That is my take. Anyway, Avidity. Right, here we are. Found it now. This is the team that's doing surprisingly well, I will say. Like, they had a pretty dominant way to get out of the qualifiers. Yubi's only there because he's TM's other Saudi player. That honestly, there's likely truth to that. Like there's no way to know for sure. They would never say, oh yeah, Yubi, he's just there for a token player. But it would not surprise me if he is like a team mascot at this point. Especially given the rumors that we've heard in the past about like him having like some level of influence over Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds also needs 3 Saudis for SEL. Ah, interesting. I did not know that. Yep, Quartz, UB, TVNT. Interesting. I would call that like a conspiracy theory, but like I don't even think that's that. Like that just, yeah, that makes sense. That lines up. Anyway, Avidity here. Solid players. Wub, the fact that he's still going is impressive, right? Like you got to put respect on his name for just the longevity alone at this point. That being said, I feel like they gotta go C tier. this, like, I look at this team and I'm like, this is on the same level as Sakura. Wub Nation, true. Wub heads rise up. Zomba is a demon, but like, I just don't know if it's enough. Balls, I think, is the biggest thing. Very good player, but is he the tank that's, or are they the tank that is going to carry you to a championship? I don't know. Like, the C tier seems bad, and I almost feel bad putting them there. Maybe it's because their logos look so similar. That's like creating some weird mental association that makes me want to put them on the same level. Where would I put Once Again? No, I don't have Once Again in here. That's right, the Chinese teams haven't been revealed yet. I completely forgot about them. You know what? Hold up. We're doing it live. There we go. Did Styles' team make it? They did not, actually. No, because was Style Incendia? I believe Style was Incendia. And they ended up getting eliminated by Vision. The team with Jinmu? Jinmu is Ice Flame, I believe, but I don't even know where I would go to find their logo, unless I can just like search. Would it come up? I see Chinese, but I don't think this is Overwatch related. Yeah. No clue. I think they make it far in stage 1. The real shot for top 4. Honestly, yeah, I would. We'll go ahead. In theory, they'll be better than last year now that they've had more of a chance to consistently practice and scrim. We can come back to that. Avidity? You think Avidity has a shot for top 4? You're... Yeah... Okay, well, here's the thing. Top 4 for me is very easy. Top 4 is Liquid, Space Station, Nightmare, Timeless. For me, that's a very easy top 4. I don't see who Avidity is beating in that. Possibly Timeless, because Timeless has such a bad habit of fumbling the bag. Like, Timeless are just legendary chokers at this point. Wub Div Seeker. I mean, yeah. Maybe. Avidity can knock out Timeless. Yeah, as much like I hate to say it, because man, Timeless, they struggle so much. Like, poor Timeless, dude. These guys cannot. They have not gotten a win since like Contenders was a thing. But like, if we were ranking Avidity on like the global scale, you know what? Let's get these other ones in here first. We'll get the top 4 set up. Nightmare. I put them pretty decently. I think above VP. No, wait. I'm lying. They dropped a map in OWCS qualifiers. Too rad. They should beat Peps though, right? Surely. And as for Timeless, that's where I'd put Nightmare and Timeless. Nightmare lost a match in the qualifier. They lost a map. They didn't lose a map. Or they didn't lose a match, they lost a map. Right? Timeless beat the team that beat Nightmare. Hold on, let's take a look here. Was it in the in phase 1? Oh, okay, it was in phase 1. Interesting. Can I view phase 1 results? Oh, look at that. That is interesting, isn't it? Who did they lose to? No, can I not see match history? Wait, here maybe? They did lose to Rad? Oh wait, here we go. Would have been this. Yo, not Suda, thank you for the follow. This was on the 16th and phase 2. When was phase 2? Phase 1 was 16th and 17th, so... Okay, yeah, it must have been this, yeah. Or these two losses right here. Who... Yeah, here we go. So Rad did beat Nightmare. Oh man, I can't believe... I can't believe that there's no VOD of that. I want to see that match. What? That's crazy. Rad might be higher than I originally thought. Here's the thing. I like Rad. I rate them highly. Because Rad, to me, they are this year's Citrus Nation. Ironically, King has now joined Citrus Nation. Okay, I will move. Tell me you're from NA without telling me you're from NA. Listen, I'm placing the NA down right now. There's an I think OBS Sojourn did the phase 2 game, didn't she? Because they faced off again in phase 2 if I'm... Or no, maybe it was you're okay, yeah, you're right, it was phase 1. I'm just stupid then. I completely mixed up my timelines. So okay, if that's the... Is Rad in our top 4? And listen, if we think about that script, look, I'm gonna play both sides here, okay? That leaked scrim we saw between Liquid and Timeless, I am simultaneously gonna say that doesn't matter and Liquid are still better, while also saying that's Timeless upscale. Timeless stonks through the roof. Didn't watch NA, but isn't EMEA better? Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. I don't, like, we won't know for sure until we get to the LAN, and even then it's not going to be a perfect indicator because there's only 2 teams. But by and large, I would say EMEA has stronger teams, yes. Keep in mind though, that's like I said, that's on average. At the peak, I don't know. I think Liquid and SSG probably beat TM, Ultimates, Genji. He may look better lasting until the Stockholm incident. EMEA just like looked awful at Stockholm. Who knows what happened, but Team Liquid is worse than the EMEA teams, but when they play each other, EMEA teams choke. Interesting. Possible. I won't deny that they choked, a bit. But I feel like, especially like if we're looking at Stockholm, it's so weird looking at Stockholm because it's like NRG had just lost stage 4 to Dreamland, and then they went to Stockholm anyway, and they end up like doing pretty good. Like there was no consistency at Stockholm. TM did do pretty good, which I think again is surprising considering they barely made it in. Having 2 NA teams over any EMEA teams is very interesting. I could be convinced to put Twisted Minds over FTG. Honestly, even both of these could maybe go below these two, but I would need to see it first. No. Am I gonna walk back my decision? I think I might. The more I think about Wei, the more I'm like, oh man, they're so good because they have like Who Are You on Genji, but then I'm like, what happens if they shut down his Genji? If Twisted Minds play some weird rush comp that you can't play Genji into, do Wei just lose? Wei's good until hero bans? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm moving Twisted Minds and the Ultimates up. I'm not sold on the Ultimates yet. FTG over Wei. Yeah, maybe. FTG does have the way better tank. Do we value the tank diff? Screw it, yeah, okay. I'm being influenced. I'll give in. I'm being influenced. PU between FTG and Wei. Okay, yeah, sure. I like that. That's a good idea. See, at the same time though, I'm like, this is crazy that we're putting Prophet and Sunjun over Kai and Kevster, but like, yeah. That's how I had it before. So if I was able to justify it then, I can justify it now. All right. Anyway, back to NA. Now that we've rearranged things a little bit. Avidity. Okay, but see, here's the thing. People were like, Avidity could upset Timeless, which I kind of agree with, given that Timeless always choke, right? But if Avidity upsets Timeless, are we also saying that they upset Rad and Nightmare? Like, this feels wrong to me. Right? Kai Kevs is nasty on a good day. Oh, definitely. It's just you whether or not you get a good day is just like a roll of the dice, right? I don't know. I don't. I feel so much more comfortable with Avidity and C tier. I love Avidity. I want them to do well. Very similar to Sakura for me though. They have to go C tier for me. And then, yeah, this is kind of just like a pretty straightforward. Timeless beat Rad, Rad beat Nightmare. You know, pretty straightforward power rankings. Why is Nightmare so low? Nightmare lost to Rad, and then Rad got beaten by Timeless. And I think, does Peps go under these teams? Like, I think Timeless, Rad, Nightmare, that has to be. Would I have Avidity beating Sakura? Yeah, it's tough for me. I think Sakura has the way better tank and Hitori, but I think China and Zoro aren't quite as good as Wub Zomba. Like Wub, I think beats Zoro, right? And Zomba, at least on Tracer, China's crazy good. I think China's very good, yeah, but Zomba on... I'm talking about Tracer specifically, let me make this clear. Between China and Zomba, Zomba is on demon time. You bring out like a Pharah, Genji and stuff, I think then maybe you give the edge to China? Hero ban. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Been on the grind at other heroes, not just Tracer, OTP. See, man, I don't know. What are we feeling? If you put Sakura and Avidity head to head right now, who's winning? Here, I will bring up both the rosters here. Oh wait, I forgot. I can't because I'm doing capture. Iconics, thank you for the follow. Love the YouTube. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Dude, these teams are so even. I would love to see a show match between these guys. I think that would be such a banger match. Money on Avidity. Yeah. Avidity supports are really good. Nenwai is really solid. Scuffed is really solid. They just won Calling All Heroes. Proda is also good though. And Strebor. Walls. That's the thing, right? Hitori, I think is. I see a world where Hitori just carries and is able to win this for Sakura. This is a really tough matchup. My goodness. I actually can't decide. Support line for Avidity is better. Tanks for and DPS equal. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I think these two teams are like dead even. Meta dependent, yeah. I think that is random. I think you're right. It would 100% come down to external factors, like the meta and how they use hero bans. That's what this would ultimately come down to. But oh man, that's a hard. Yeah, even now, like this is the one place on the tier list where this is not organized properly. I'll say this is the one area where these guys are actually just. You know what? You know what? That's what we're doing. I feel like that's what I have to do. Nightmare Sakura could easily go either way though. Maybe? I think Nightmare, like Clear and Kuffa, I think they are equal to Hitori. Sakura versus Incendia. Oh, no, absolutely. Sakura was popping off, yeah. Man, this is so hard. Clear permabench to Nightmare. No, he's coming back. They had a whole, their entire roster announcement was like calling the boy up and being like, yo, you won't be benched anymore. Infected's gone, you can play. Surely. We need to see Sakura prove against stronger teams worldwide, to be honest. I think so. I think so. They get their own tier. He clears his bench. That sucks for him, man. Poor guy. He's been talked about as such a good player for so long, but it's. And we also want to play lethal, so they have no choice but to play clear. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. The matches this coming weekend will be very telling, that's for sure. That is 100% for sure. Okay, Shikigami. I like Shikigami. They have the Canadian players. They got the Canadian colors. Do they beat Vision? Yeah. No. Oh, the thing about Admiral, Lethal, and Puffa though is that they are, yeah, they're not classified as imports anymore. I'm not entirely clear on what they did, whether it's like a permanent residency or whether they got a special exception because they've been in NA for so long. But yeah, they're not classified as imports anymore. Yeah. Which it is pretty crazy. Because Lethal's in class. I'm not quite sure what it is, because I don't think it can be as simple as just being a collegiate player, because if that was the case, I think there'd be a lot more collegiate players. I would imagine that's part of it, though. Should really apply to others like Tap as well. Yeah, that's the part that confuses me, is why are they not considered imports anymore while some other ones still are? So, which kind of makes me think that like Blizzard made some special exception, which would also explain why like they haven't clarified it themselves and why we've only heard about it from Flack. Like, why has Blizzard not come out and say like, hey, if you've lived in the US for like 3 years and can show proof that you plan on living here for like another year or something, we will make you considered not an import. Flag pulling, it might be, yeah, but at this point, I think it's like only the people behind the scenes know. I sure don't. So, but yeah, and end of the day, they're not considered imports, so they're able to play. Yeah, Shikigami I don't think beats Vision, and Amplify I don't think beats Shikigami. Pretty simple. Yeah, like Shikigami is fine. They did better than I expected. I thought O3 Splash was gonna make it in, but O3 Splash they did. I rated their tank line way too highly. I thought Rhino and False would just be good enough to carry them in. Did not happen. And yeah, Shikigami. Take a look at their roster real quick. I do need to kind of start speedrunning this because I got work soon, but yeah, like you got the fine roster. Solo and Graveyard is the core. I think like that is pretty strong. Arise is also like pretty good from what I've heard, but yeah, I don't think they're beating Vision, and I don't think Amplify, they are the truest underdogs. They are the fact that they are here, I'm so happy for them. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very happy for them. But if some of these other teams didn't exist, I'd put them in D tier. Amplify beating Supernova, it was, but like the thing is, like I was watching that game and Chime was in the Twitch chat and he was just saying like, yeah, we suck at Hazard comps. We cannot play Hazard. It really just came down to a good meta for Amplify and a bad meta for Supernova. 9 out of 10 times Amplify don't make it in, I believe. But and because of that, yeah, I have to put them low. I have to put them low. Okay. Next, let's get into the Pacific and Japan teams, which I will need to pull up on a second monitor just to make sure I can get the names right, because their logos are a little abstract, we'll say. Right. Aplom Tiger. Well, Vero Pro low B tier. Here's the interesting thing. Vero lost today, which has some pretty interesting implications. Let's start off with the one I'm most confident about, Vortex Wolf. I put Vortex Wolf at least B, maybe higher. Edison, Kalios. Do I put them above Peps? I think so. No, not above Peps. Not above Peps. I'm gonna put them there. We're gonna speed through these last few just based on like vibes alone and the most recent results we have. Aplom Tiger. I have no clue if that's how you actually say it, but the Tiger team, they beat Insomnia 3-0. Insomnia, I think, is pretty decent. So I'm gonna put them there. And Insomnia, I'm gonna put there. Kind of want to put Insomnia there, but I don't know. Hello? There we go. Hayabusa Gaming, they haven't played yet, so I'll put them there. Inferno, they got 3-0'd by Vortex Wolf. There, I guess. Yeah. What team is this? This is Lost Never Gaming. Right, of course. They also have not played yet. We need some D tier teams. These are the teams that I don't think are gonna win a single game. Right? That's what the D tier is reserved for. See, Japan has a lot of teams, which makes it hard to kind of tell just how good these guys will be. Poker Face D tier then. Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, I feel like Poker Face... No, you know what? You're right. Poker Face is too high. Poker Face is too high. I'd put Vesta in D tier before I put Poker Face, though. But even then, I think like the Architect Dift would be enough to carry them to victory. I think Amplify. I'm sorry, Amplify. I need to do it. You didn't want to say anything. No, you're right. Poker Face was way too high. Poker Face was early on in the list, but now that the rest of the list has been built out, yeah, way too high. Way too high. And Insomnia, we probably moved down as well there. Niam Gaming. They beat Vero. Looking pretty good. We're gonna put them there. And we'll put Vero here. Lazuli. I'm gonna put them under Insomnia. No, I'm gonna put them there. See, the Japanese teams have so many players that I don't know. It's really hard for me to like guess how they're gonna do without having seen them play. There's so many red names here. Undercat. I'm putting in D. I'm sorry. Okay. Please no hero ban. We're putting an S tier because they've asked that you don't hero ban against them. So therefore they will have an instant advantage over any team they play because no one will ban any heroes when they play them. So immediate S tier. We had at the beginning of the list, now we're providing the justification. Jcot. Yeah, don't know any of these players. Would they be amplified? Maybe. 99 Divine. Do they beat Feral? Do they beat Poker Face? I don't think they beat Poker Face. The wildcard matches make me think that they're not beating Poker Face or Vesta Crew, if I'm being honest. The wildcard matches last year, every time it was just 4 Pacific and Japan getting stomped into the ground. They maybe could beat Vesta. Alien is an underrated hit scan. Poker Face I definitely think is a team that suffers a lot from being in just a region that's way too good. I would agree on that. Yeah. Fade Altair. Do they beat Cheeky? Maybe. Mud Dog. Mud Dog's got to go like right. I think Pacific is actually like pretty strong this year, in all honesty. Because Mud Dog just won Face It OCE. So you got to put them pretty high. What's the frog team called? Mengong 2. Sorry, Frog. Miku Fan Club. Their tank is out right now. If their tank wasn't out, I rate highly. And then Monster Gear Gaming. Yeah. And then Full House. Could Full House beat VEC? Not anymore. Does that mean Color Hex is gonna be on tank? It's possible. MFC is such a troll team and they beat out so much without trying. Yeah, but like they are a troll team, but at the same time they have good players, right? Especially this year. Like you have Color Hex, Aki, Frogger. Like Frogger, he obviously he's known as like the Reddit Lucio, right? But when he tries, he is more than capable of like showing up properly and like having good performances. When he's not playing like he's recording a YouTube video, he can be very good. He was a troll widow though. Yeah. I'll move Miku Fan Club down a little bit. Lazuli might beat them. Yeah. All right, now I'm running the clock close to get to work, but this is the final preseason power rankings worldwide. I think pretty good. Obviously, there's a like of the Pacific and the Japan teams. Make a meme team row. We could do that. The question is, then we need to decide like what counts as a meme team. Like you have Miku Fan Club is like is Full House a meme team, or like would we consider Peps a meme team because they picked up soon? No Hero Band is a meme team? I guess so. Hold on. I'll tell you what. There we go. Ah, crap. What? Just what? Okay, that was weird. Not sure what happened there. Perfect. All right, does anyone else go in Aura Farmers? Low key, I kind of want to put Vesta and crew in there for having Architect. But nah, we'll leave them. Without Architect, this team would actually go straight in D tier. I'm just thinking. The mental hold Architect has on me from when he was at his peak is so strong that I cannot justify putting him low, even though maybe I should. But at least I can admit, that that's a shortcoming. That's a personal issue I have that I need to work through. So we'll see. Anyway, did Arch do good? Architect is, I mean, he hasn't won yet, if that's what you're asking. Is he still talented at the game? Yeah, he's still talented at the game. If that's the only requirement, then yeah, he's doing good. Can't wait for Zeta to go clear and hit the S tier. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I'd be down to see it. Anyway, yeah, this is the final product. Wait, let me. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. Oh, wait, hold on. Didn't open properly. Bam, there we go. That's where we are. I think this is pretty good. I think C and D tier are obviously the messiest. Too many unknowns there. But C, like, the upper half of C onward, I like. I think we did a good job. Well done, team. Well done, everyone. I think I consider this a great success. VP escaping with murder there. Do we... No, but we can't put VP... Do we put VP lower than Peps? Are Peps and VP too high? I think they might be. See, now that you said that, I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh yeah, wait, you might be right. I didn't reevaluate Peps and VP when I got to NA. Okay. One last revision. Yo, Skrillex, thank you for the follow. No, see, I know you were messing with me, but at the same time, you pointed it out, and now I'm like, wait, yeah, that's true. Like, Timeless, Rad, they're probably better than like Peps and maybe Virtus Pro. Okay, there it is. That's my final. I think there is a world where Rad beats Peps too high. Yeah, you're right. Did Peps beat Nightmare? Exodial, Lethal. Ice. No, Nightmare's tanks are too good. There it is. Honestly, good thing. It's a good thing you caught that. I like this better. Minor corrections, but important ones, I believe. There we go. There it is. In the S tier, Crazy Raccoons and Falcons, they should not lose a single game to anyone below them. And then A tier, Zeta right at the top. T1 might be able to do good against them, but I don't see T1 breaking into the top 3. Liquid, I think there's a world in which they beat T1, but I need to see it first. I need the proof. But I do think they have the potential to do that. Then once again, obviously I'm expecting them to be a lot stronger than they were last year now that they're practicing consistently and stuff, so yeah. Overall, I think this is solid. Anyway, I'm running a little late, so I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will be back this week with a video on my YouTube channel, so if you just followed me for this stream, then make sure you check me out there. If you are already here from my YouTube, then I very much appreciate your support, not you support, you supporting. This is what happens when I talk too long. This is why my stuff is scripted. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for all your inputs. And yeah, take care of yourselves. See you soon. Peace out.